We get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Sean Yao. Barangay Ginebra veteran L.A. Tenorio could begin his chemotherapy to treat his stage 3 colon cancer by the first week of April. Marty Bautista with the story.
Point guard from Nasugbu, Batangas, number 5, L.A. Tenorio.
Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings veteran L.A. Tenorio shocked the Pinoy basketball community when he announced that he has stage 3 colon cancer. Tenorio was dubbed the Iron Man of the PBA, having played in a record 744 consecutive games since 2006.
Sobrang na-shock ako, tsaka sobrang nalungkot kasi yun nga, it's one of my closest friend dito sa basketball.
I know he's a pretty strong guy, so if there's somebody who's going to go through with this kind of problem, it's LA. So I think he's built for this.
According to the chairman of the Philippine General Hospital's Cancer Institute, lifestyle and genetics play a major role on how a person gets cancer. Even athletes like Tenorio are not immune to this.
Sometimes you carry some genes in your family, familial disposition. Sometimes also yun nga, unaware of some habitual things or food that you've been eating. Dapat very selective din tayo on, especially on processed food, yung mga ganyan, no? Instant meals that we get. All those things sometimes merong kasama ng mga preservatives.
Colon cancer is the third most common type of cancer among Filipinos. Breast cancer remains the first, while lung cancer follows suit at second. Colon cancer is a disease where cells in the colon or rectum grow abnormally. Among the symptoms are bloatedness and blood in the person's stool. The patient would need to undergo an operation as well as chemotherapy to treat the disease. Ginebra team manager Al Francis Chua says Tenorio might begin his chemo by the first week of April.
Natanggal na, I think, a week and a half ago in Singapore. He's gonna start by April, I think April 5 or 3, yung chemo. But as of now, is zero cancer. Wala. Malinis na siya, no?
Noting his strength mentally and physically, Chua also narrated how LA even attended practice after finding out his diagnosis. Last Tuesday, the 8-time PBA champion assured fans that he will not retire from basketball. And according to experts, this is still feasible despite his diagnosis.
Meron na ngayon, we call them meron ng ganun na mga tailored treatment on colon cancer patients. We're talking about gene mutations na na-identify which can point out to a better combination of mga drugs for colon cancer. Yes, there is still chance for LA to get back and be able to play again.
For now, Tenorio is back in the country after his operation in Singapore, while his team Barangay Ginebra is preparing for war against sister team San Miguel Beermen in the semifinals of the PBA Governors Cup later today. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
And still in the PBA, San Miguel and Ginebra are first to take the stage as the sister teams battle each other in Game 1 of the Governors Cup semifinals today. Coming off rousing wins in their respective quarterfinal games, Beermen coach George Gallant expects nothing but a dogfight between the two teams. San Miguel will have to go to war without star center Junmar Fajardo, who is out due to an injury. The Gin Kings, too, have a chip on their shoulder as they try to give veteran L.A. Tenorio some sort of tribute through a third straight Governors Cup title. And another pair of sister acts will follow suit as the TNT Tropang Giga face off with the Meralco Bolts in a rematch of their semi-final duel in the 2019 Governors Cup. The offensive-minded TNT will look to barge through the tough defense that has gotten Meralco through a lot of games in the eliminations. The Tropang Giga are the top offensive team in the league, while the Bolts pride themselves as the top defensive team in the PBA. Action begins at 3 p.m. at the Inares Center in Antipolo with the SMB Ginebra game. TNT and Meralco will go next at 5:45 p.m. Catch both games live on TV5 and One Sports. Moving on to volleyball, The Petrogas Angels advanced to the finals again after sweeping the PLDT high-speed hitters in the PVL All-Filipino Conference semifinals. Besides a back-and-forth second set, Petrogas was able to manhandle PLDT through a sustained firepower and steady net defense. The Angels set the tone early to send a message after a tough Game 2 loss last Tuesday. Final score, 25-17, 25-23, and 25-15. MJ Phillips had a game-high 15 points for the Angels, with Jonas Abete contributing 13 markers. The win arranges the fourth title showdown between Petrogas and the Idol Creamline Cool Smashers in the past 7 PVL conferences. Game 1 of the finals is on Sunday, March 26 at the Mall of Asia Arena at 6:30 p.m. But before that, PLDT and F2 Logistics will battle it out for the third place finish at 4 p.m. We're taking a quick timeout for now, but the game on One News Now will return after this quick break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Phil-Am Miami Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra secures his 700th win under the franchise. Coach Spo hit the milestone in the Heat's 127-120 win over the New York Knicks. He became the only fourth head coach in NBA history to reach this mark for the same team, joining legendary coaches Greg Popovich, Jerry Sloan, and Red Auerbach. Spoelstra has been coaching the Heat since 2009 and has led the team to 2 titles as the main shot caller. Still on Coach Spo, the Heat mentor met fellow Pinoy sports personality, tennis ace Alex Ayala. The two had a warm exchange in photos posted by the Heat's social media page. Ayala was accompanied by her father when they met Coach Spo at the Miami's Heat game against the Knicks in Florida. The 17-year-old tennis prospect was also introduced by Spoelstra to Heat star center Bam Adebayo. The tennis wunderkind was in town for the Miami Open, where she bowed out in the first round. And the World Athletics Council has voted to ban transgender women from competing in elite female competitions. World Athletics President Sebastian Coe said that the decision was based on what he said was the overarching need to protect the female category. Covered in this ban are those who have been through male puberty. Aside from this, the council also ordered tighter testosterone restrictions for other athletes. This move comes as some claim that athletes born male have innate physical advantages over born females. A similar move was done by the World Aquatics in 2022. Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.